of a lo-fi podcast, at least at first, and the concept of it is that I read all my journal entries on DeviantArt.com from my first account at least, which was the one where I posted most of my entries, and I just read them in order, and I guess kind of react to them as I go, and kind of reflect on who I was as a child, especially kind of keeping in mind that I didn't know yet that I was asexual or autistic or had ADHD or was trans or a lot of stuff like that. I was just kind of a traumatized kid that didn't realize they were traumatized or a bunch of other things and coped with it by, I don't know, writing Harry Potter fan fiction and stuff. So, I don't know, I think it's an interesting kind of character study just to look at, and it kind of fascinates me at least just to just compare my entries to what I remember from back then. And some of it just really makes me laugh, so I thought I'd share it. Um, and here goes. First entry. Hello. Dot dot dot. Hi. Not sure what to say. I really suck at this so far. November 7th. HPFF. Finally got back to writing Harry Potter fanfiction. Smiley face. I love Draco and Hermione. November 10th. First. Just made my first deviation on here. Used Paint program on this old computer, so it's not much, but I'm still happy. November 14th. Quotes. So I have this weird habit of writing down any quotes that I hear people say at school that I particularly like or find humorous, so I'm putting them here so they don't get lost in the deep dark depths of my backpack. For context, I didn't talk to almost anyone ever unless they talked to me first in high school because I was terrified and socially anxious. So I was definitely not talking to anyone, but occasionally writing down what people said around me in a notebook. I think this podcast might be an exploration of me realizing that I was a lot weirder than I realized I was. A lot more, I don't know, autistic, literally. But yeah, I don't know. Some quotes. How can you misspell a number? I don't know. Ain't that like a Power Rangers thing on Japanese samurai? Oh, you said hi to me, so you don't hate me today. I never have. Jeez. And just because I feel like it, one from a few weeks ago. Can anyone name one of the canals near or in the U.S.? The Panama Canal. Calling me teacher. No, you're calling him someone else. The Root Canal. Face smack. Squid chick. November 14th. Llama. Just had to Google what the heck a llama badge is. According to my research, a llama is a llama. No explanation. So I guess I'll just go now. Yeah, to look for people to give llama badges to. I mean, it is pretty cool once you think about it. Page 2. Next. It's taking a second to load, maybe because there's a lot going on. November 16th. Me again. With an uninteresting title, again. Not much sure what to say. But I figure that if I start writing something, even if it's just what I'm thinking, eventually something will come to me. Something will come to me. I was in like 8 different windows on the net just now. Amazing. And I remembered that I was writing this. That's kind of sad. I hate when I forget things. That's pretty much why I keep diaries, because I'm afraid I'll forget something important. Like in 10 years, I'll get married and I won't know how we met. Which is basically why every time I meet a guy that's my age that I don't hate, I write down our first words. Writing this down makes me feel kind of pathetic. Here's the chick who thinks she might marry every guy she meets. Good for her. But it's not like that. Not really at all. Made the principal's list at our school, one of 5 in my grade. You have to get an all A's to be on it. Why is writing all this here feel so much better than writing it in my diary? Maybe it's because the whole point of my diary is that it's a secret and this isn't. But it's not like anyone I know in real life knows I'm on this site, so it still is a secret. How absurd is it that I know some of my friends are on this site, but I haven't told them that I'm on it? Maybe because I kind of suck at drawing compared to them. I mean, at my old school I was good, but everyone is so amazing at it. They're so dedicated and good at it, and I really do like to write, but it's not like I've ever actually written a novel. I was 14 when I wrote this. I write a dozen pages and then give up. But I know people in real life now, not just online, who can write, and they're really good too. I used to be unique back in my small town, but then here in high school, and not even a largely populated one, I'm just kind of fading into the background. My all A's are just kind of proof that I don't have a life. I go home from school, study, eat dinner, read or write, then go to sleep. I like it, but there's gotta be something more, right? I just don't know what. Now I've just gloomed myself out. Gloomed. How nice. I think I'll go think up some ideas for a Harry Potter fan fiction. November 21st. It's me again. I've become such a fan of using those 3 dots lately. Or lately. ... I mean, it looks so cool, mysterious, and all that. These words feel so awkward, like I'm bumbling around in a new pair of shoes and falling over and over again, which totally didn't happen to me in math today. I was stupid enough to put my bag by my desk like that. ... See, there are those 3 dots again. Just posted the poem that I wrote yesterday. I love Mondays so much. Going back to school on such a fresh, not completely freezing day is so much fun. Going to school is usually always good for me. Yes, I'm dorky, but I love Mondays especially. I don't really know anyone else who actually does like Mondays, but then again, I don't talk much to people either. Wow. Again with the deity. How do you spell that? Deity? Of dots. Today was a good day, though. I'm happier than usual. I think I'm going to look up this poem. I'm going to pause and look at what this poem actually was and then read it, which I haven't done in at least a couple of years. No idea what it is, so but let's see what it is. November 21st. Poetry from the Journal of Myself. Kind of about this new place that I've moved to, and all these people that I've met that have been so kind. It's the perfect moment because the wind is blowing, conversation's flowing, so I smile and say that I love this day and wish that every time could be like this. And everything that rhymes I'm gonna miss. Everything is so alright and every sound will be a symphony tonight. Even when I fall, I don't worry much at all. There's an army there to catch me and there's angels by my side. Water coming in, surrounding me, according to the tide, and all that's happening makes me feel more alright. This place is home? This place is home? Where I go after I've run away at last, and I know it doesn't matter whatever happened in the past. And all these people in this place are like looking in the mirror to see my face, but instead, as I've been told, I see my soul. That was surprisingly, not too bad compared to... I was just looking with my boyfriend through my older posts and then some random poems that I posted, and they were they got a bit dark, but this one wasn't too dark. So, yeah. It's not bad either. It's not too cheesy. Not that cheesy poetry is bad. Cheesy is an aesthetic too. My boyfriend thinks by this point in the journals that I sound like young Sheldon. November 25th. Home. Back home again after what, 2.5 months? Here it's as if I never moved, and there it's as if I never lived here. Does that seem weird, or does that make sense? Or does it make sense? Not sure. Black Friday today, I guess. If I wanted, I could walk down the road to look for a store or two, but I don't really feel like it. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. Well, duh. Everyone knows that. But it seems so far away now. Is it not ironic that the day after everyone's going on about thankfulness and giving, people are out at midnight just to get stuff, most of it for themselves? I never would have realized this before I moved, but now it's like my ears are more open. Or maybe it's that I'm more comprehending. I don't know. I really wish I could head to the library here now. I haven't been in a library in months. There's a lot that starts happening here, I think. I don't know. I was I guess I kind of was just a bit of a I don't know, the kind of person who thought that people shopping on Black Friday were selfish or whatever. I don't know. November 28th. Hmm. Ever been totally angry at someone for like no apparent reason at all? That's me today. I mean, there are a few contributing factors to this irritable part of my mind today, but nothing that should be of much significance. Should be, but still is. I'm not making much sense, am I? Today's not the kind of day for things to make sense. Not for me, anyway. As it's Monday, I've been happy for the most part, but the other parts weren't. But the other parts weren't as good. I'm finding it impossible to make sense of this, even as I write it all down. Well, type it. Signing off then, after only a few measly sentences. Anyone have any requests for Harry Potter fanfiction or drawing? I don't have much to do aside from that pile of homework staring at me with burning eyes from the corner. Anything? No comments. R.I.P. I don't know what happened there. But, yeah. November 29th. Making days. I just love commenting on art that I like. It makes me feel so happy. December 5th. Monday. I wrote a lot of these on Monday for some reason. I do remember that I liked Mondays because I got to go back to school after having to spend all weekend at home, which kind of sucked. So Monday. I can't find my camera. The one time I finally have time to get on here, I can't find my camera. So how can I upload my drawings from all last week? Answer, I can't. Ah, this sucks. Today was a good day for a Monday so far, so, yep. I could post stuff I've written last week too. This is one short journal entry. I really need to think of something interesting to talk about. People with those entries all seem so smart. I mean, not that I'm not smart, but I don't sound smart, I don't think. I'm just not smart when it comes to being human, I suppose. I would have been the perfect robot, maybe. What would it be like to be a robot? I think that that's another of those mind bending questions that no one can ever really answer because obviously we're not robots. Or are we? So, this is like the part where I was rereading this an hour ago and was like, damn, like, I didn't think of myself as autistic, like, then or even later when I looked even years later after this I looked back at this and was like, no, I was a pretty normal type of fella. But like it does feel very clear, just aside from everything else, just the line, I'm just not smart when it comes to being human. Like, damn. But yeah, my younger self was like kind of a freak, and not everything they did was like even okay, I think. But I don't know. I love my younger self too, and a lot of the stuff just like I don't know makes me smile. Not like the terrible stuff, but like I don't know. It's so what's the year? 2011. Jeez, this century has some pretty ominous questions, doesn't it? Hmm. I managed to refrain from doodling in class all day today, at least, except for just a little math. But it was so easy. Of course, the easiness totally messed me up. Who knew that inequalities could be so difficult? I kept drawing the signs wrong until my teacher said that the arrow on the graph faces the opposite direction of the alligator, which is the greater less than sign. Why is it not a crocodile? I don't know. Signing off now. Dot dot dot. December 8th. Dot dot dot. If anyone asks, I'm checking my grades right now. Not checking this site. Why do families always have to be so crazy? December 9th. Hi, I'm writing a journal entry. Worst title ever. I wonder how long I could go on a journal entry. This is a really weird paragraph so far because all the sentences have nothing to do with each other. It's rather irritating. Should I go back and fix it? But then I'd have to delete the sentence so that I won't sound crazy, and I like this sentence, so I guess that this is how it's going to stay. Who talks about paragraphs while writing them anyway? Is that odd? Maybe it is. Oh well. Did you know that Pandora Radio is on the internet? I didn't until this month, so now I'm listening to it. Except that it never actually plays a song that you want it to, only songs similar to it. Which is pretty ingenious, I suppose, if you're looking to get people into new music. I like the song that's playing right now, but I'm not sure what it is. I'll go check. Here Without You, 3 Doors Down. They just played Kryptonite by them about 10 minutes ago. I like this one better, actually. It just ended. What's next? It's familiar. I'll check the name of it later, probably. This is my most random entry yet, I think. What shall I say next? I don't know. How boring. Yesterday I felt really boring. I mean, I don't do anything interesting except get good grades. Well, not today, as for some reason, I have an F and a B from the same teacher. I really hope that. And then it just kind of stops. And then it just says, later. December 9th. Trees. Stepbrother's teacher's here for a visit, so I'm hiding out in the basement. Oh, and I think I'm gonna try to learn how to draw trees this weekend, because right now, I kind of suck at them. December 9th. Wanna draw a tree? Okay, first site checked out, and this is a link to how to draw cartoons online. Drawing simple cartoon trees. Did that in 4 seconds? Way too easy and simple looking, but better than my usual. I actually like this tree a lot. It's a cool tree. Next, a cartoon tree that anyone can draw, from drawingcoach.com. I don't know. More detailed, but not as lovable as Tree 1. How to draw a detailed tree from drawinghowtodraw.com. Long link, anyone? Whoa. Oh, gotta go now. More later. Back again. So, Tree 3 was even more detestable than 2. I mean, I don't want this totally fancy tree. I'm not about to spend an hour or 10 drawing a tree when I'll probably be in the background anyway. 2 is looking better and better. How to draw palm trees step by step from drawinghowtodraw.com. Because you never know when you're going to want to draw a beach. Oh, never mind. I'll edit this and add more later, maybe. I love you, Tree 1, and your simplicity. Next page. December 12th. Awesome, all caps. I made my own animated avatar. Thank you, God, for internet tutorials. December 12th. Hee hee. I made another avatar. It's better. December 12th. Obsessing. I mean, it's so epic, isn't it? I'm obsessing, aren't I? but it keeps making me smile whenever I look at it. Like this. Smiley face emoji. December 15th. Have you ever. December 15th. Yep. Have you ever been wanting to get on some site all day to say something, then not known what to say? That's me right now. December 21st. Smiley face. I have a super llama now. December 23rd, 2011. Wow, well. Is it necessary to know what you're going to say when you begin writing? Because for the most part I never do. I just kind of wing it, which usually results in an abundance of randomosity, not sure if that's a word, and rambles, and repeating, why do those all begin with R? How odd. Random. Have you ever realized something that's totally obvious to everyone else? Just yesterday I realized that height and weight are only one letter apart. This summer I found out that the sign that says Xing doesn't mean that there's a zing in the road. Do they even exist? Apparently the X stands for crossing. Whatever. Reading this I sound like a bit of a ditz. Do I ever come across like that? I mean, I miss the obvious and trip over crap all the time, but I still get good grades. I guess I just spent all my skill points on education and none on logic in the game of life. I had a dream last night in which I had 3 Ds on my report card. I kind of panicked, which basically means that I stared at them in horror, ripped half my hair out, and started screaming. That doesn't sound creepy at all, does it? But it's not like it was real. I had an F average once, in Chinese, of course. It actually kind of fascinated me, as I'd never really had to work hard for any subjects before. Okay, I still don't. I'm lazy. In Chinese class, I draw and I write stuff that's not notes, and last week I ate a candy cane. Yet I'm still considered the most well behaved in that class. I think it's the lack of volume in my general area. I decided to make up a character yesterday. Well, I didn't really decide, I suck at making decisions. The notion just kind of seized my brain and clamped down on it. So, yep, now I'm actually beginning to not just draw random people. So that's cool. I'm not sure what to say now. I was kind of on a roll before, but now it's just awkward. I'm kind of into this journal entry stuff. Most people, I think, have only submitted a dozen entries or so, but it's fun. Better than diary writing because I'm not the only one who reads it usually. It's fun because it's a whole lot easier than talking to people. Just typing. I kind of talk a lot sometimes. I either don't talk much at all, or when I'm around people I'm used to talking to, I talk too much. I ramble. Sometimes rant. My 4th grade teacher once said that I'm not shy and outgoing at different times, and she's kind of right about what she did say. That sentence doesn't make sense to me, but okay. It fits. I'm not shy and outgoing, but quiet and loud. Being quiet doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not talking in my head. Imagine being in my head. What a horrible thought. What would that be like? I don't know, at some point in this podcast, I don't know if it'll be now, but I think I mean this to be kind of a reflection on, I don't know, not like mental health necessarily, but it's just so wild, like, the fact that the students I work with now as a teacher's assistant are around this age, and it's wild to me that I wrote all of this at 14 and had so much going on, and I don't know. I also think it's relatable to me in a way that, like, I haven't seen stuff like this elsewhere, except, like, other, I don't know, I guess journals like these, but I don't know if I read a lot like these at the time. I just kind of wrote them. I don't know. But I think for the purposes of this podcast, I'm gonna use, at least for this first episode, my dead name when it's used here. Just, I don't know, for effect or something. Like, I still use it when I'm at home. Not home, but back with family, so it's not entirely dead anyway. Imagine being in my head. What a horrible thought. What would that be like? I picture it like that episode of SpongeBob where he's only trying to know fine dining and breathing, and it shows all those little office SpongeBobs inside his brain. There's hyper-constant spazzing out in the corner, and over there's bibliophile Constance in that chair reading again. Sad Constance is crying her guts out in the hall, and pissed off Constance is throwing darts at people's pictures on the wall. What an image. There's drawer Constance, writer Constance, student Constance. So many people. I think that image just fried my brain. Goodbye, little people. Gosh, long journal entry, but I like them like this. I read once that the word I is the most commonly used, which I suppose is true. Read this again and count 'em. That might take a while, though. Yep, another blank spot in my head. It's like what are they called? Those things on treadmills and at the checkout line in the grocery stores? Those things. It's like I had a bunch of stuff coming in, customer after customer, and then there's no one left. Perhaps it's closing time? Or are they all at my enemy cashier's line? I bet she's giving out free pizza. I think. How do I say bye after all that talking? I don't know. I'm not sure. Goodbye. Still here. See ya. Yeah, that works. So, see ya.